GRIFTERS. Executive Bills Simmons spills Meghan's Bossy and Defiance to Spotify heads in their final meeting. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were branded lazy and crap grifters by Spotify employees on Friday after the podcasting network canned their $20 million deal. Bill Simmons, the sportscaster, who's also head of Spotify's international sports content, said on his own podcast, "The crap grifters, that's the podcast that we should have launched them with." In an episode of the Bills Simmons Podcast released Friday, the head of podcast innovation and monetization at Spotify revealed that he once met with Prince Harry to discuss podcast ideas and expressed frustration over Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Archewell media company and Archetypes' podcast that won't be renewed for a second season. In a meeting before making the decision to terminate the contract with the Sussexes, Meghan had an extremely bossy attitude towards Spotify's heads. She stated in a defiant and delusional tone that Spotify was an underpowered environment for her and that she needed a new, more developed home. She never admits her mistakes. Apparently her podcast wasn't up to mark and Spotify didn't have the revenue it expected. She got kicked off but kept under the illusion that she refused. "I wish I'd been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiations," Simmons, the founder of The Ringer and the head of Spotify's global sports strategy, said. "That's a podcast we should have launched with them. I got to get drunk one night and told the story of this Zoom meeting I had with Harry to try to help him with the podcast idea. It's one of my best stories." His attack deepened the couple's crisis as sources said they were lazy compared to the Obamas, who also had a Spotify contract. The collapse of the deal piles financial pressure on the Sussexes as exorbitant bills for their Montecito, California lifestyle mount. Despite the collapse of the Spotify deal, Markle, who sees herself as an entrepreneur, is making plans to launch her own business, akin to Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Harry's also earning from online therapy startup BetterUp, where he has the title of Chief Impact Officer. He's not paid as an employee, Page 6 is told, but on a larger deal. The Sussexes have, however, turned down work, including being guest speakers to a group of CEOs at a closed-door summit in California. Maybe they were asked to donate their time and skip the honorarium. That would explain why they turned it down. Bill Simmons didn't hold his tongue about the royal couple even during the time they were under contract with Spotify. Last January, he blasted Prince Harry, saying it was embarrassing to be affiliated with the same company. Simmons groused, according to the Big Lead post, "I'm so tired of this guy. What does he bring to the table? He just whines and keeps giving interviews. Who cares? You weren't even the favourites. You weren't even the favourite's son. You live in Montecito and you just sell documentaries and podcasts and no one cares what you have to say about anything unless you talk about the royal family and complain about them." Spotify cutting the Sussexes loose clearly has nothing to do with their overall restructuring, and the good news is that they're letting it be known. Multiple outlets have reported that it's due to their lack of output. It's also ridiculous that the Harkles are spinning this as similar to what happened with the Obamas. The Obamas fulfilled the terms of their deal with multiple projects. Harry and Meghan clearly didn't with just one.